Vandeham Sri Guru.
The following is a class on the Bhagavad Gita As It Is, 7th chapter, text number 3, given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 9th of August, 1974, in Vrindavan, India.
Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Shadvaitam.
Translation. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth.
Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschit jatati siddhaye jatatam-api siddhyanam kaschit mang vetti tat. To understand Krishna in truth, not superficially, but in fact, that we can understand, as Krishna says in the beginning of this chapter, Maya Shakta Mana Pratha Yugam Junyan Madasraya Asangsang Samagrang Mam Jatha Jayasasi Tatchina. How Krishna is truth, the absolute truth, although the absolute truth is described in 3 phases in the Srimad Bhagavatam, just like Vadanti Tat Tattva Vidas Tattvam. This tattva, here it is said, tattva, the truth, absolute truth is called tattva. So, vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam. Tattva vid. Vid means knowledge. Vetti veda vida jnana. One who has got complete knowledge is called vid, tattva vid. So, tattva vid, they ascertain the tattva, the truth, in 3 ways. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam. Jat jnanam adhyam. So, knowledge of the truth is non-dual. Absolute means non-dual. No relative. Absolute. Advaya jnana. So, what is that advaya jnana? Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti sabda. So, to approach Krishna, to understand, one has to go through the Brahma Gyan, Brahmeti, then Paramatma, Paramatma Gyan, then Krishna Gyan. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Sabdate. So, generally, those who are inquiring about the absolute truth, they come to the point of Brahma Gyan. Brahma Jnana. Then, if one makes further advance, then he can understand Paramatma Jnana. Paramatma Jnana means the all-pervasive personality of Godhead, localized aspect. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddheshe vajjunati. That is Paramatma Jnana. First of all, Brahma Jnana, then Paramatma Jnana, then Bhagavad Gyan, Bhagavaniti Sabdati. That Bhagavan is Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam, Vaishajyasya Samagrasya, Bijasya, Jasasya Sriya, Jnana Vairagyayasya Bhava iti Saranga. One who has complete in possession all wealth, Vaishajya, Samagrasya, all. Samagras, one of the items of becoming Bhagavan. Nowadays there are so many Bhagavans, so-called Bhagavan. But this is the first state, Vaishajyasya Samagras, whether you possess all the wealth. Oh, who can say so? The person is living by begging and is claiming to become Bhagavan. That is not the definition of Bhagavan. Bhagavan must possess all the wealth, as it is stated in the Bhagavad-gita. Bhoktaram jagatavasam sarvaloka maheswaram. I am the proprietor of all the planetary system, all the lokas, all the universes. Actually that is the fact. So one who is begging for his livelihood, he is claiming, I am Bhagavan. Just see. They do not know what is Bhagavan. These rascals who unnecessarily, unceremoniously claiming to become Bhagavan, they do not know what is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is described in the Brahma Sangita, Jasyaika nishasita kalamathavalamba jivanti loma bilaja jagadanna natha Vishnu mahana sahya jasya kala vishesha govindamadi purusham tamangaya. This is one of the description of Bhagavan, Govinda. Krishna is Govinda. So, Govinda Adi Purusham, he is the original, primal Lord. Ishara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radi Govinda, Sarvakarana Karana. So, this Bhagavan, there are expansion of Bhagavan. Advaita Achyuta Anadi Ananta Rupam. Bhagavan has got unlimited number of expansion. It is stated just like you cannot count in the river how many waves are flowing. Similarly, you cannot count even how many expansions are there of Bhagavan. So one of the expansion of Bhagavan is Mahavishnu, Jasyahi Kala Vishesha. Vishnu Mahanusaya Jasya Kala Vishesha. Kala Vishesha means, Kala means part of the expansion, not direct expansion, but part of the expansion. That is called Kala. Angsha Kala. Angsha means direct expansion and Kala means expansion of the Angsha. So, the Mahavishnu is described as Kala Vishesha, an expansion of the Angsha. Second name. And what is that Mahavishnu? Jasyaika nishasita kalamathavalamba jivanti loja jagadanna natha. Jagadanna means this universe. There are millions and millions of universes. This is only one universe. This universe, what we are saying, this is only one. There are millions. This information we get also from the Vedic literature. Jasya prabha prabhavato jagadanna koti kotishu asesha vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam tad brahma nishkalam anantam asesha bhutam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhaya. Jasya prabha, this Brahma Jyoti, Brahma Gyan, is just like the rays that the sun shine, is the rays of the sun globe. Similarly, the rays of the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Brahma Jyoti. And with that Brahma Jyoti, there are innumerable universes. So in each universe, we have given the picture in our title cover of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in each universe there are innumerable planets. In this way, this is a partial expansion, partial exhibition of Krishna that is stated in the Bhagavad-gita. Athava bahunaitena kinyatena tavad vishtabhya aham ekangsena sito jagat. Ekangsena, this whole, all the universes, they are simply partial exhibition of the partial expansion of Krishna. Jasyaika nishasita kalamatha. In this way you have to study Krishna. Not that Krishna was born in his maternal uncle's house at Mathura and he played with the gopis or the cowherd boys. That is actual fact. But one should understand Krishna, how great he is. That is called tattva. Manusyanam sahasreshu kachit jatati siddha jatatam siddhanam kachit vettimam tattva. They simply superficially study Krishna. Therefore they cannot understand how great is Krishna. In the Western world they say God is great, but one should understand how great He is. That is tattva. Otherwise we shall be misled. We cannot understand Krishna. Avajananti manga mudha manasim tanumasita. The rascals, fools, asses, mudha means asses. They deride Krishna. Oh, Krishna, I understand. What is that Krishna? Not like that. Therefore Krishna says, Manusyanam sahasreshu. Out of many, many millions of persons, first of all let him become Siddha. Siddha means perfect. Everyone is imperfect. Everyone commits mistake. This is imperfection. Everyone commits mistake. Everyone becomes illusion. Everyone's sense perception are all imperfect. And everyone is a cheater. These are the deficiency of the conditioned soul. One does not know what is Krishna and he wants to become Krishna. I am God, I am Krishna. So this is cheating. Brahm Pramat Vipravisha Karunapata. One should understand Krishna, what is Krishna. There are so many Vedic literatures to understand. Veda ishta sadvai ahamaiva vedam. If you are studying Vedas, if you are Vedantists, then ultimate knowledge will depend how we have understood Krishna. Vedishta sadvai ahamaiva vedam. If you do not understand Krishna, what is the use of your studying Vedanta and Vedas? It is useless. Samaya vahi kevalam. So, don't try to understand Krishna in that way. Generally, they understand Krishna very easily. They are called sahajiyas. The Krishna was a young boy and he was joking with the gopis, dancing with the gopis, and that is Krishna. We can imitate also. We can do also. This kind of understanding means he is a rascal, he is a fool. That is of course Krishna's one of the pastimes. But that is not this ordinary young boy and young girl's pastime. No. That is Chinmaya. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. That is Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. We have no understanding what is Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. We are accustomed to taste this material Ananda, sense gratification. Janamaithunadi grihamedi sukham mitucham. Here in this material world, the Ananda is sex gratification, sex intercourse, maithun. Janamaithunadi grihamedi sukham mitucham. This is the most abominable Ananda. This is not Ananda. Although the whole world is mohita, tribhi gunoi bhavai, mohita. This is the Ananda. In the Western world we have seen, even old men, 75 years old, 80 years old, they are going to the naked dance club, the sex Ananda. Because in the material world there is no Ananda except this. But in the Bhagavad-gita you will find, Sukham Attantrikam Jattat Otindriya Grayam. What is real Ananda? That you have to taste by your transcendental senses, not these senses, blunt senses. This is blunt senses, covered senses. There is no question of tasting Ananda with these senses. There is no possibility. Ananda is described, just like it is said, Ramante Yogina Anante. Yogina, those who are transcendentalists, above this material world, they also seeking after Ananda or tasting Ananda. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. That is Satyananda. That is real Ananda. Ramante Yogina Anante. And there is no end of that Ananda. Nitya Navayamana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has described. Cheta Darpanamarjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nidvapanam Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandambudhi Bardhanam. Anandambudhi, we have no experience. that Ambudhi means the ocean. And Ananda Ambudhi, the ocean of Ananda, Vardhanam. It is increasing. It is increasing. We have no experience that the sea or the ocean is increasing. It is decreasing. So, this is Ananda. Ramante Yogina Anante. That is Ananta Ananda. Ramante Yogina Anante Satyanande Chidatmani. That is not Jadatmani. Here this Ananda is Joro, dull. It is not Ananda, material. But Chidatmani. Iti Ramapade Nasu Parabrahma iti avidhiyat. These are the descriptions. Rama means one who takes Ananda in the reality, not in the false. So this is the way of understanding Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Siddhanta boliya chitte nakaro alas, ya haite Krishna lage sudhira manas. To understand Krishna in truth, do not be lazy. And I have understood. What you have understood? Therefore, we fall down. One should understand, therefore, to understand Krishna in truth, one has to devote studying Srimad Bhagavatam 9 cantos. In the 10th canto, Krishna is described. Because first of all, become fit to understand Krishna. That is called Tattva. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is there. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadasya Jataha Annayati Taratastarthishu Avijña Sarat. Try to understand Krishna in truth, not superficial. Of course, the ultimate goal is to understand Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, Gopi Bhava Rasamrita. But that, first of all, you become Siddha. Without becoming Siddha, you cannot understand. So long you are Asiddha, imperfect, you cannot understand Krishna. But if you try, if you associate with the Siddhas, Satang prasangatmava bija sangvida bhavanti ritkanna rasayana katha. You have to associate, just like in the morning, Munibhi Mahatmabhi. You have to understand Krishna in the association of Mahatmas. And who is Mahatma? Mahatmanustamang prartha devi prakriti mastrita. Mahatma is not in this material world. He is in the spiritual world. Devi prakriti mastrita. Vajanti. And the result is always engaged in devotional service of Krishna. That is Mahatma. So, Krishna said that it is not very easy to understand Krishna. People understand Krishna very easily. That is, they are called Sahajya. Everything takes very easily. So, Manusyanam Sahasya. Manusyanam. There are 400,000 species of Manusya. 400,000. Chatur Lakkhani Manus. Jalajanam Lakkhani Sthavara Lakha Vinshati Krimayo Ruddha Sankhaka. There are statements in the Padma Puran how many living entities, forms are there. So, out of 8,400,000 different forms and species, there are 400,000 species of Manusya. So out of that, one who is born in India, he is first-class Manusya. That's a fact. Unfortunately, we are missing the chance. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bharat bhumite manusya janma haila jaha. So, those who are Indians present here should know that after many pious activities, one gets birth in India. Bharat bhumite. They should try to understand Krishna. There is facility. There are shastras. Krishna personally speaks Bhagavad-gita. Vyasdev speaks about Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are neglecting. We have become so rascal and fools. This is not India's business to imitate how economic development. money, 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 money. This is not India. India's business is to understand Krishna. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. That is India's business. These Americans and Europeans have come here not to see how much you are economically developed, industrially developed. They have got enough of this. Enough, more than enough. They don't care for it. The modern young men, they do not like. They are fed up. They have come here to understand Krishna. They come here to understand Krishna. Manusyanam sahasreshu kasti jatu vidyaya. Therefore, we are trying to construct this center. Let everyone come all over the world. And it is the India's business to understand what is Krishna and help them. That is India's business. It is very serious movement, Krishna consciousness movement. On this platform, the whole world can be united. It is not ordinary movement. Only on the basis of Krishna consciousness. Try to understand Krishna. Thank you very much.
The following is a class on the Bhagavad Gita As It Is, 7th chapter, text number 2 through 5, given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 16th of June 1974 in Germany.
So, this was a discussion between Arjuna and Krishna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So, the subject of discussion was that although the battle was declared, Arjuna, when he actually found that on the other side there are my relatives, how he could slay them. Krishna advised that everyone must execute his prescribed duty without consideration of any personal loss or gain. According to Vedic civilization, there are 4 divisions of the society. Everywhere the same divisions are there all over the world. This is very natural. Just like we can study from our own body. There is head, there is arm, there is belly, and there is leg. Similarly, in the society, there must be a class of men who should be considered as brain. Another class of men should be there who will protect the society from danger. Another class of men will be expert in producing food grains and give protection to the cows and make trade. So, and the rest class of men, namely, who cannot work as brain, neither can work as protector from danger, nor they can produce food grains or give protection to the cows, they are called Sudras. As you cannot avoid to make your body complete, the brain department, the arms department, the belly department, and the walking or working department. So, Arjuna belonged to the group of men who was meant for giving protection to the society. So, when he was declining to fight, Arjuna, when he was declining to fight, at that time Krishna gave him advice that it is your duty to fight. So generally, killing is not good at all. But when there is enemy, aggression, then to kill the aggressor is not sin. So the other party in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, they became aggressor to the Arjuna's party. Now this is the setup of the Bhagavad Gita. The real purpose is to instruct Arjuna about spiritual understanding. So spiritual understanding means, first of all, to know what is spirit. If you do not know what is spirit, then where is spiritual understanding? People are too much engrossed with the body. That is called materialism. But when you understand what is spirit and you act accordingly, that is called spiritualism. So Arjuna was hesitating to fight with the other party because he had bodily relationship with them. So between Arjuna and Krishna there was discussion, but that was friendly discussion. Therefore, when Arjuna understood that simply friendly discussion could not solve the problem, he became his disciple. Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. Shishyasteham sadhimam prapannam. My dear Krishna, so long we are talking as friend. Now I become your regular disciple. Kindly save me by instruction, what I have to do. Therefore, when this stage was arrived, Krishna is advising Arjuna as follows. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Now it is said here, who is saying to Arjuna? The author or the recorder of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna. It was a discussion between Krishna and Arjuna, and it was recorded by Vyasdev, and later on it became a book. This time when we speak, it is recorded, and later on it is published as a book. Therefore, in this book, it is said, Bhagavan Uvacha. Vyasdev is the writer. He does not say that I speak. He says, Bhagavan Uvacha. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead said. So Krishna is accepted by the authorities as Bhagavan or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what is Bhagavan? Bhagavan means that one who is fully equipped with 6 opulences. Fully equipped with all opulences means Bhagavan is the richest personality. How much rich Bhagavan or God is, we can understand that we are proud of possessing a few acres of land. And Bhagavan means who is the proprietor of the whole universe. Therefore he is considered the richest. Similarly, he is considered the strongest. And similarly, he is considered the wisest. And similarly, he is the most beautiful personality. In this way, when you find a person, the richest, the most beautiful, the most wise, the strongest, in this way, when you find that is Bhagavan or God. So when Krishna was present on this planet, he proved all these opulences possessed by him. Take for example that everyone marries, but Krishna, being the Supreme Person, he married 16,108 women. But it is not that he remained one husband for 16,000 wives. He made arrangement for providing the 16,000 wives in different palaces. Each palace there is described, they are made of first-class marble stone and furniture made of ivory, and the sitting place made of very nice soft cotton. In this way there is description. And the outward compound, there are many flower trees. Not only that, he also expanded himself into 16,000 expansion, personal expansion. And he was living in that way with each and every wife. So it is not very difficult task for God. God is said to be situated everywhere. So within our vision, if he is situated in 16,000 homes, what is the difficulty for him? So here it is said, see Bhagavan, the most powerful authority is speaking. Therefore, whatever he says, it is to be taken as truth. In our this conditional life, just like we are living under material condition, we have got 4 defects. We commit mistake, we are illusion, and we want to cheat also, and our senses are imperfect. So knowledge received from a person who is infected with 4 kinds of deficiencies is not perfect. So when you receive knowledge from a person who is transcendental to all these 4 kinds of defects, that is perfect knowledge. Modern scientists, they theorize that it may be like this, it may be like that, but that is not perfect knowledge. So if you speculate with your imperfect senses, what is the value of that knowledge? It may be partial knowledge, but that is not perfect knowledge. Therefore our process of receiving knowledge is to receive it from the perfect person. Therefore we are receiving knowledge from Krishna, Bhagavan, the most perfect, and therefore our knowledge is perfect. Just like a child, he may be imperfect, but if his father says, my dear child, this is called spectacle. So if the child speaks, this is spectacle, that knowledge is perfect. Because the child does not make research to find out knowledge. He asks his father or mother, what is this, daddy, what is this, mother? And the mother says, my dear child, this is this. Another example can be given, that is, if a child does not, in childhood, he does not know who is his father, that he cannot make any research work. If he makes research work to find out his father, he will never find out his father. But if he asks his mother, who is my father, and the mother says, he is your father, that is perfect. Therefore, knowledge of God, who is beyond your sense perception, how can you know? Therefore, you have to know from God himself or his representative. So here Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is speaking, and that is the final authority. He says to Arjuna as follows. He says, Asacyan anusuchastam prajnavadam subhasasti. My dear Arjuna, you are talking like very learned scholar, but you are lamenting on a subject matter which you should not do. Gatasum agatasumsa nanusuchanti pandita. Gatasum means this body, when it is dead or when it is alive. Bodily conception of life is foolishness. So no learned man takes serious consideration of the body. Therefore, in the Vedic literature it is said that one who is in the bodily concept of life, he is nothing more than an animal. Therefore, at the present moment, without knowledge of the self, the whole world is going on under the bodily concept of life. The bodily concept of life is there amongst the animals. The cats and dogs, they are very proud of becoming a big cat or big dog. Similarly, if a man also becomes similarly proud that I am big American, big German, big, what is the difference? But that is actually going on. And therefore they are fighting like cats and dogs. So we shall discuss more tomorrow.